In this video we are going to talk about top 10 most beautiful mountains in the world. So before starting this video, like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel for future updates. Great mountains have little trouble stopping us in our tracks, whether it's because of their enormous summits that take days to climb or their oddly curved bluffs that love the camera. The sense of wonder you'll experience when reaching the peak of a giant is unparalleled. Here, we've compiled a list of the world's most stunning mountains along with some helpful travel advice. Number 10. Cradle Mountain, Tasmania, Australia. This mountain, which rises to a height of 1,545 meters, is not the tallest in Australia, but what it lacks in height, it more than makes up for in beauty. The ridged scarp of Cradle Mountain, which looks out over Sapphire Dove Lake, is truly a sight. It dominates the Cradle Mountain Lake St. Clair National Park, rising from lush grass and forest land in the summer and covered in snowflakes in the winter. Many native sites have been found during local area excavations, but English surveyor Joseph Fossey gave the mountain's peak the nickname Cradle Mountain due to its peculiarly curved shape. It is currently one of Tasmania's most visited tourist destinations and is located about an hour and a half away from Devonport, a major city. Every level of hiker can find one in the national park. All of them offer breathtaking views of Cradle Mountain and pass via glacial lakes, lush forests, and the occasional waterfall. A popular route is the 6-kilometer Dove Lake Circuit. If you want to reach the peak, the main trail departs from Dove Lake and takes 6 to 8 hours to finish, round trip. Be ready to climb over some challenging boulders along the route. Although both winter and summer offer magnificent views of the mountain, the optimum time to attempt the ascent is during the summer, November to April, when weather patterns are a little more stable. Number 9. Kilimanjaro, Tanzania, Africa. Volcanic Kilimanjaro is another mountain that should go on everyone's bucket list. It is located in northeastern Tanzania, in the middle of the national park of the same name. A fitting moniker for the mountain, which rises to a height of 5,895 meters, is the Roof of Africa. The three peaks that make up Kilimanjaro are actually parts of a volcano. Although you'll be relieved to learn it's dormant if you're planning a trip because the last eruption occurred some 360,000 years ago. Plan your journey for January through March or June through October if you have a desire of standing at the top of Kilimanjaro and gazing out over the clouds. Rain and snow are characteristics of the remaining months of the year. Most hikers focus on the Marengo route, which requires 6 days of hiking over rugged terrain and rest stops along the way. The Tanzanian town of Moshi is a fantastic vantage point if you're happy to only view the peak in the distance. Number 8. Mount Everest, Nepal/Tibet. Everest must be included on any ranking of the top mountains in the world. The mother of all mountains, she protrudes out of the Himalayas on the Nepal-Tibet border, rising to a height of more than 8,848 meters. Even though the peak previously had two local names, Komolungma on the Tibetan side and Sagarmatha in Nepal, it is now known as Sir George Everest Mountain. Although other climbers had already perished in earlier efforts, Sherpa Tenzing and Edmund Hillary, a Nepali Indian and British mountaineer, made the first known ascent to the peak of Everest in 1953. Even though climbing Everest is a difficult and expensive endeavor, hundreds of daring people do it every year. The majority flew in from Kathmandu and started their journey from the little Nepalese town of Lukla. From here, the trip should take roughly 10 days to reach Everest Base Camp. If all of that seems a little too hard, continue on the shorter, more approachable journey to Namche Bazaar, a stunning hillside settlement with breathtaking Everest vistas. Number 7. Aoraki/Mount Cook, New Zealand. As expected from a country known for its breathtaking scenery, New Zealand's highest mountain is no exception. Moreover, 3,700 meters high, the enormous bluff in the Southern Alps reflects in the glacier lakes at its base. The summit was given the name Mount Cook by European immigrants. Native Americans, however, had traditionally referred to it as Aoraki, named after a young person from Maori legend. Both names are used now. You may still see the mountain by bicycling or hiking one of the 11 alpine paths that depart from neighboring Mount Cook village. Or, if you have the necessary experience, try a climb. Travel here in the winter, November-February, and hire a knowledgeable local guide. It's common to base yourself in Caroline Hut and launch your expedition from there. A helicopter tour is a fantastic additional option to see the top, if your budget allows it. Number 6. Mount Fuji, Japan. Japan's tallest peak is Mount Fuji. It reaches a staggering 3,775 meters in height and is at its best when covered in a thick layer of snow. It also has a significant cultural impact. The mountain has long been revered, drawing generations of pilgrims of Buddhist, Shinto, and other faiths. However, Fuji is elusive, often vanishing behind the clouds. But if you persist, you will be rewarded. The iconic mountain is best observed from a distance, despite the fact that your natural desire will undoubtedly be to get as near to it as you can. Weather permitting, you can even see it from some of Tokyo's tallest skyscrapers. The free observation deck at Bunkyo Civic Center offers one of the greatest views. Pick one of the 4 routes that crisscross the mountain if you're up for a hike. The Yoshida Trail is the most popular option, and buses will take you directly there from Tokyo. Number 5. Vinicanka, Peru. The pink and yellow Vinicanka, often known as Rainbow Mountain, in Peru looks like it should be on a different planet. But it is a physical component of the Peruvian Andes. The mountain, which is about a 3 to 4 hour journey southeast of Cusco, a lovely city with many Spanish colonial structures, is colored by mineral deposits. The difficult, 6-day Ozangue journey is the only way to reach Vinicanka's top. Drink plenty of water, take many rests, and carry paracetamol with you as the altitude may be a significant problem on some parts of the walk that are above 4,800 meters above sea level. But it's worth it for the surreal views and the relative stillness of the trail compared to the crowded Inca Trail to Machu Picchu. The best and driest trail conditions are from April through November, which is Peru's winter season. Number 4. Table Mountain, South Africa. At its highest point, Table Mountain, one of the most well-known peaks in the world, stands 1,085 meters above the South African city of Cape Town. As its name implies, it is renowned for both its unusual flat top and its varied biodiversity. Be on the lookout for native African species like dassies, adorable hairy creatures that resemble chubby meerkats. You might be surprised to learn that Table Mountain is also one of the planet's oldest summits. It is more than 200 million years old, and Antonio de Saldanha, a Portuguese explorer, made the first known ascent of it in the early 16th century. Today, a cable car can transport 800 people in just 5 minutes to the summit of Table Mountain per hour. Tickets can be purchased in advance to save time on the day of the event, giving you more time to take in the panoramic views of Cape Town. Platteklip Gorge hiking trek should take between 2 to 3 hours depending on your level of fitness if you decide to take the long route. The greatest time to travel is during the summer, November to February, when the weather is dry and sunny. Number 3. Kirkjufel, Iceland. The oddly conical Kirkjufel, sometimes known as Church Mountain, is frequently cited as the most photographed location in Iceland. It's simple to understand why. The picturesque waterfall Kirkjufellsfoss and a number of sandy beaches are left in its path as the yellow-green bluff towers over West Iceland's Snæfellsnes Peninsula. The mountain even appeared in episode 7 of the popular television series Games of Thrones because of its drama. It takes an hour and a half to hike from Grundarfjörður, a small seashore hamlet, to Kirkjufel's top. Unless you are an experienced climber, it is advised to travel with a guide due to the steep route and difficult terrain. There is a trail that circles the mountain if you are afraid of heights. To have a possibility of seeing the northern lights dance over the mountaintop, plan your vacation during autumn or winter. Number 2. Denali, USA. The tallest mountain in all of North America is Mammoth Denali. It rises from Alaska's bleak lowlands to a height of more than 6,190 meters above sea level, coated in craggy snow. Formerly known as Mt. McKinley, the peak was given the Native American name Denali, which has been used by the locals for centuries. In 2016, the Denali Park Road, which extends for 92 kilometers, offers a view of the peak. Even if it's cold outside, you'll probably see the peak better in the winter because there are fewer clouds in the sky. In the summer, you can drive the first 15 miles of the route, which is peppered with pullouts that, starting at mile 9, offer picture-perfect vistas of the mountain. Aware of grizzly bears as well. Come on one of the tour or transit buses that are run within the park to get even closer. The van for the Kantishna Experience tour passes by Reflection Pond, a sizable body of water that exactly mirrors Denali. To climb the dizzying Denali, only experienced climbers should attempt it. If so, the most common ascent route is up the west buttress. Number 1. Matterhorn, Switzerland/Italy. This alpine summit lies on the boundary between Italy and Switzerland. Although it is lower in elevation than the famous Mont Blanc, 4,810 meters, at 4,478 meters, it is the epitome of the Alps due to its stunning pyramidal shape and location overlooking the charming Swiss ski resort of Zermatt. Brit Edward Whymper is credited as being the first person to climb Mount Matterhorn in 1865. Despite this, Whymper's 7-person team's victory was bittersweet because 4 of the climbers perished on their descent. Today, more than 2,000 tough people climb the peak each year. If you're determined to be one of them, the most well-liked and ideal time to attempt it is during the summer. Don't undervalue the difficulty, pay attention to your guide, and make sure you are properly equipped, crampons and all. If you prefer to avoid the climb, take the funicular from Zermatt to Rothorn for breathtaking views. What do you think about this video? Do let us know down in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from us again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go.